Hello everyone, I am back. Hello. I wonder how y'all are doing. As you can see, this is a part 2. I think yeah, so this is a part 2 if this video is going on. So yeah, to be totally honest, I had no plan to do this because I thought no one would be interested in this thing, I think. I don't know. I'm just doing another one just in case if you want more, I guess. So, as you can see by the title, this is what if Omega was in, or what if Deku was Omega and was in Rising of the Shield Hero. So, yeah. So, how should I do this? I have no plan. Okay. Okay. So, well, when I say Deku or Omega, I'm referring to both of them, since they're both one person in this series. So, Deku standing high above everything, looking around, as he just got and as soon as he rises from the mountain, while also looking around, but also curious on why there's people in his head now, while trying to stay calm, while there is people in his head. So yeah. Well, he had to ask why they are in his head is when he didn't. Since, I really don't like Transformers with mouths. I think they're okay. It's just like, okay, yeah. I'm just gonna have to say. So imagine this form. Like see the head? Just imagine that, just a glass, but with no face. It's just the glass and that's it. No face. You can if you want. I'm not saying anything. If you want to see, okay. I'm just gonna continue. So Deku asks them why they are in his head and who are they before he basically shakes his head around. So they both quickly answer like saying, "We didn't know you were here. We didn't know you were a ship." Deku saying, "I didn't know I was a robot either, but here I am." Them being confused on what he means. They ask him, "What do you mean?" He says, "I was a cargo ship transporting items until some sort of thing about some sort of fuel. I didn't know what it was since I was a cargo ship. I had no mind of my own kind of since I was a computer. I had no form, nor do I have no body. And yet here I am. I have arms and legs and a head. Even these things on my back and this thing behind my head. I even have one arm hand thing, which is a 3-clawed thing with a rocket tip to my other arm." Them being confused and also saying, "Yeah, that's actually kind of understandable a little bit." Nafumi thinking this a little bit too. So while they're trying to talk things out, and while Omega is being confused on what they're saying, he thought, why should I? How about I just let you out of my head? Is what he said, while still being confused on why he has a form. And him feeling weird on when he said, "let you out of my head." So, them being all happy about, yay, we can actually be outside again. Well, Omega's like also happy since he can have people out of his head now. Them saying, "Can you let us out now?" Well, Omega is trying to do his thing, like trying to transform, while not knowing how. He spoke to them saying, "I'm trying, but I don't know how to open my doors in the inside." Him feeling weird to say that, of course, since, yeah. Anyways, Omega tried and tried until he eventually transformed into his shuttle mode. I think in the last video I said he has 2 forms, like a triple changer kind of. He transforms into his form, Right, he has two forms. Well, one, he can transform into his form like from Transformers Animated, and he can transform in the G1 series. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. I love both of those. Those forms are cool. He transformed into his G1 state. Then being kind of tossed around a little bit. Same thing with Omega, since he doesn't know what's going on. And they notice a door. And of course they walked out and saying, well, that was a trip and that was a ride. They finally got out, and when they looked back, they noticed he was in a different form. He was in some sort of space shuttle mode. Like a rocket station. I don't know what it's called. I haven't looked it up. I will, though, if this video gets a part 3. I don't know. So, Omega was confused on why he's in this form instead of in his spaceship mode. Or a cargo ship mode, I don't know. So, Omega being confused, him turning his head, which turned out to be the tank thing on the treads. Him kind of freaking out about this, why can't I not feel anything? Or feel something since he has treads now. Him, of course, freaking out, turning his cannon around. This scaring now Fumi a little bit because, because his head is a tank now. The others not very sure. They are kind of worried a little bit, but not so much since they don't know it's a tank. This, of course, now Fumi saying, "Okay, don't. Man, I'm really messing up my words. Sorry about that." Him, of course, now Fumi trying to calm him down and trying to calm him down as much as he can. Until Omega finally calmed down, and as before he was about to speak, something fired. Him not knowing where this was, he thought it was someone trying to fire at him, but it turns out he accidentally shot a rock in his tank mode. This, of course, made a big shock and a big sound throughout the land. This alerting a couple people as well. This from a nearby village, and of course knights from the capital. Or the kingdom, you could say. Well, some reported this to the king and to the bratty princess. Not Malty, mine. I hate mine. She sucks. Anyways, this, of course, the king wanted to know who this is and who can have made that thing, that sound. So, of course, he sent some guards to go there, to trying to find that sound. Of course, now Fumi trying to, get things calm because Omega or Deku is freaking out again since he kind of shot something on accident. Of course, now Fumi eventually calmed him down. It only took him half a day. So, yeah. So, of course, Omega finally transformed into his robot mode. Him being happy about this because he does not feel like he has to shoot anything on accident again with his head. This when now Fumi says, "Got an idea. Can he shrink? He's a robot, so he must be really high tech with some other stuff. And he seems to be more advanced in my world." So now Fumi asked Philo if she can help him get on his shoulder. Just got two jumps. One jump gone to his hip and the other one gone to his shoulder. This alerting Omega, turning his head to face them. Well, now Fumi requested an idea what Omega could possibly do. Now Fumi requested if he can somehow shrink his body. To be more human size. Of course, Omega not knowing how until Naofumi said, try thinking of you being the size of us. Omega thought that, and somehow he shrank. He shrank. Now, if you're saying, why did he shrink? Shrunk, and how did that happen? Well, to be totally honest, if you've seen the G1 series, you kind of know where I'm going. Soundwave is basically a giant transformer, and somehow transforms into a cassette tape. Same thing with Blaster and some other Transformers, like Megatron. He turned into a gun in that series, and he turned into like an Autobot-sized gun and a human-sized gun. So yeah. So I'm not gonna bother with the details on how he can change his form. I'm trying to mix into both series, animated and the G1 series. Well, I think this is a good place to end it. So yeah. So I'm probably want to make another Fortnite video in the future. I think those are kind of getting good. I think. I don't know. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, this series, I guess. If you want it to be a series, if you want it to be. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to doing, well, basically me, I guess. Playing Fortnite and hoping someday in the future that Fortnite allows Transformers inside. Because I would love to play as Optimus Prime or Megatron. I would love that. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful evening, wherever you are, boy or girl. Have a nice, wonderful time. Goodbye.